I want to look at who lost out in the AD sweepstakes as well, starting with Boston. Danny Ainge, man, had been targeting Anthony Davis for years. Didn't get him at least in this go-round. And, man, the fact that we never heard about some big Godfather offer from the Celtics tells me that they didn't have confidence that if they sold out the store, well, at least we'll still have Kyrie Irving. It just seems like it's another sign that Kyrie Irving is likely to leave as well. What do you think, Scottie, is next for the Celtics?
Well, I mean, I think AD's father kind of put his foot down and pretty much said that my son is not going to play for the Celtics. So I think at the end of the day, Danny Ainge got the message. But I think for the Celtics, they got to look back at where they were 2 years ago and try to now develop those same young players that they have. They were on a good run with Rozier. And those guys were playing well when Kyrie was out. So I think they have to put those guys back in the position, give them the confidence that they can win, and go from there. And hopefully something can come out of the draft for them as well.
Yeah, you hope that 2017 wasn't a mirage, but you also hope that Gordon Hayward, the flashes that he showed late in last season, can be something after even more time to rehab and get strong and get back to his game, that he can be a major contributor. And then you mentioned Rozier. Yeah, Rozier, restricted free agent. He wants all this responsibility, wants the ball in his hands. You go, okay, here you go. Let's see what you can do.
I'm very interesting what happens with Rozier because he was talking the week after the Celtics were eliminated, like, there's no way I'm going back there. And he burned. He seemed, I don't know if he burned his bridges, but he certainly seemed to be waving a match in front of them. But now, obviously, you can see him fitting back in with that roster.
Yeah, I mean, he's a restricted free agent, so he just letting them know, look, I'm not coming back there to sit on the bench or play behind anyone.
Yep, absolutely. Well, we'll see if he's got anyone to play behind, depending on what happens after, as Kyrie says, ask me July 1. Now on to another team that had big offseason plans, the Knicks. Now, no Anthony Davis, at least for this year. No Zion, at least for this year. And Kevin Durant, I mean, he could still sign there, but an Achilles injury makes it seem like, yeah, he's going to miss all of next season. And we've seen guys, it takes a while to work their way back. So I'm supposed to ask you guys if the Knicks offseason is already a failure, which seemed harsh to me until Scottie just called them all losers. So maybe not. Dave, you want to chime in on this?
I mean, yeah, you dunked on him like Patrick Ewing was still on the team. They're still going to make an offer to KD. Of course they're going to. But even if he does agree to go to them, all that momentum has kind of left the building. You have to wait a year. You don't know how he comes back initially from the Achilles. But the Knicks should still feel happy they get him. I mean, because if they do get him, they still have more cap space as well. And the NBA changes so quickly. Maybe there's another disgruntled star 6 months from now who wants out. And you go, you're the guy.
Next summer you could be like, hey, KD's coming off this injury. He's going to still be healthy. KD is a guy who's a two-time finals MVP, an actual MVP for the season. Yes, an Achilles injury can be hard to recover from, but guys who are a little lighter, a little leaner, usually have an easier time. Scottie, are you still betting that Kevin Durant, he's 30, by the time he comes back from this 31 and a half or whatever, do you feel like he'll still be an asset? The Knicks should still make a big run at him?
Yes, I think so. I mean, Kevin is a player that keeps himself in tip-top shape. He's not overweight. He's always in the gym on the basketball court. So I don't think this is nothing but a huge bump in the road for him. I think he'll come back and be better than he was before because challenges like this push you forward. So, and I think teams are still going to be hungry after a guy like him.
Yeah.
Let's not forget what type of player this guy was before he got injured. So
absolutely. I mean,
he can truly force a team to pay him to sit out. But if I'm Kevin Durant, I think Golden State has shown that they got great staff in terms of getting guys back on the court and keeping them on the basketball court. So I have to weigh my options whether or not I want to go to the New York Knicks medical staff or do I stay with Golden State. And if you ask me, I'm staying with the champs.
Really? All right. Well, they're not the champs right now, but I know what you mean for sure. There's also the matter of the draft that the Knicks have to reconcile with now, too.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you take R.J. Barrett, who that's been the guy everyone's talking about? Do you move that pick to try to acquire more assets, and in thinking in the terms of, okay, actually 2020 is going to be the year we want to make our splash? If you don't think KD is going to come. I mean, this became a lot more complicated for the Knicks. Basically, since last week, Game 5 of the NBA Finals was only a week ago. Seems like ages ago, and so much has changed in the league.
The cover of one of the tabloids the next day was Knicks lose Game 5 because really, in a way they did. I would still try to sign Kevin Durant. I throw max at him 5 years, whatever you can do to get him, because he will still, coming off an Achilles, be a better player than the Knicks have had in so long, right? So I do think you can build with him. I do think their ability to get a second superstar to come this summer to, quote, join KD, that's what's really hampered.
Right.
Because no one's going to want to put their own career on hold for the year and a half that Kevin's career is going to be on hold.
Maybe you throw a big dollar amount on a one-year deal to like a guy like DeMarcus Cousins.
Right.
You know, and then you give him a chance.
Together again.
Right, together again. Give him a chance to prove himself. And if he is the guy, then he can get more money in summer 2020.
Although Boogie may want some more money himself and some more security. So it's all the moving pieces are going to, we'll be seeing the next few weeks are going to be good.